Hi, I'm here for another East Troy Tech Talk admin tip, and today we're going to go look at Facebook. So I'm going to the admin tech resource page, and as usual, there'll be resources here. So it's where you can go for information, and when I'm done with this recording, a copy of this recording will be embedded right here as well. But anyway, this year Dr. Hübner asked that I talk about communication tools that you could use to increase your communication with teachers and students in the community. So just to review, we've talked about Twitter, advanced Twitter, basic Twitter. We looked at Remind 101 and some other ways that you can use these tools to communicate effectively. So today I'm going to talk about Facebook, and I really stole this from the Slate conference that some of us attended in November. And there are some great examples of how Facebook can be leveraged for effective communication. So first I just want to show you a picture, and you'll see that man relaxing with his dog. And the amazing thing about this picture, it received almost 3 million hits on Facebook. So what happened was a photographer who's a friend of the man you see floating with his dog snapped this picture. And the story is that this was a rescue dog that 19 years ago he adopted, and now as it's aging, the dog has arthritis, and he takes him to the lake every night, and that's his place of nirvana. That's where he's at total peace. So he captured this very serene picture of him and posted it on his Facebook page, and pretty soon he realized over 2 million people saw the picture, almost 3 million, and something like 30,000 comments and hundreds of thousands of likes and shares. So anyway, it just kind of demonstrates the power of Facebook, that this personal media through social networking and sharing can really travel great distances. So I'm going to show you how 3 schools are using Facebook, and I learned about these at this Slate conference session. So here's one. They were not at the conference, but they were referred to. This is Poplar Bluff Schools, and you'll see that 2,219 people are following this Facebook page. And if we just want to kind of look at some things they're doing, so they post Student of the Month pictures and school menus. Again, more award pictures, a chili cook-off, so some events, an anti-bullying article. National Teacher Leader visits Rhode Island, so an article about what teachers are doing. Donuts for Dudes and Dads, so a kindergarten activity they had, and 25 people shared those pictures. And that's really what happens on Facebook. So if you post a picture and people see them, they start tagging and sharing with people that are in the pictures, and pretty soon it's all over the place. So students take the polar plunge, all sorts of things that are going on. So just a place to keep people aware in the community of what's happening. Now I'm going to talk about the 2 schools that were featured in this session. And the first one is, move this over a little bit, Cricket Country. So this is, I'll call up my notes quick. This is Poplar Bluff High School here in Wisconsin, a very small district. In fact, the superintendent was one of the co-presenters, Joe Sanfilippo. He runs the Facebook page, so that may be a good model or an overwhelming model, but he actually is the person who posts everything on this page and monitors it. So for a very small district, they have 753 likes, which could possibly be the entire parent population. And so he is posting things from all over the district. Here's an activity, a PTO announcement, pictures about, what does that look like, the cheer squad. So sporting events, he posts, art, pictures from the art department, He publicizes things that are happening. Here's their dance extravaganza. And the conference honorable mentions, etc. So awards, reminders, things that are going on. And one thing to note here, and he talked about this, after every post he does a hashtag Go Crickets, and he called that their district's brand. So they consciously made this image and has the Go Crickets hashtag on everything. And they actually have, I just want to look here, they actually have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Flickr, and YouTube stations. They have all that he has for his district. They also have, and he thought this was their most brilliant move, they have an app. So Fall Creek School District, FCSD, has their own app. So he said that's where they get all their hits, and that's really the hub of all their communications. And that's what everybody checks on their phones, because that's how we communicate now. So he made the effort to get an app, and he said that was the best decision they made. He also talked about that really what districts currently do, and he said this is the problem, we hope a lot. So we hope that good things are being said about the school, and we hope that that reputation carries us. He said, but what they did was they moved from hoping to doing. They're proactive, and they're actually creating their image instead of letting it happen to them. So he said they're moving from hoping to doing. They're telling their own story. They're creating their reputation. And that's how they're doing it, through the app, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Flickr, and YouTube. And both speakers talked about you need to go where they are. Where is your audience? And they talked about students. Kids are on Instagram, and they're on Twitter. Those are their forums now. And parents and community members are on Facebook. So if you're thinking of the audience you want to hit, being the community and parents, Facebook is the place. So Joe started to build this brand, and he puts it on everything. So that hashtag and the logo, it's on stress balls, it's on t-shirts, it's on all sorts of things, and he considers that money very well spent to create this positive PR. So he said, find your story and take it global. They actually, kind of like the East Troy Times does, they have a big Fall Creek Pride board where they have pictures of people wearing their gear, their Fall Creek gear, all over the world, and all the vacation spots they take, and they fill up this map. So anyway, I just showed you a little bit of their page. Those are the kinds of things that they do. I'm going to show you a second one. This is a second presenter, and her name was, I gotta scroll up a little bit. Her name was, it still is, Missy Elmer, and she's the principal at Schulzburg High School here in Wisconsin. And she's got a little bit different approach. And actually they're friends, and they have a very friendly competition going. So they're constantly looking at their analytics and how many likes they have and competing. But their hashtag is Schulzburg Pride. And their approach is pretty interesting because they actually have, I'm on a different page now, this is a feature, Schulzburg tries new twist on tweets. They have social media interns. So here is Emily Morrissey, a junior, and she runs a Twitter account on behalf of the high school. And here is Sam Euling, he's a junior, and there was a funny story about him. He's actually a school board member's son who is just very funny and clever, and they had some issues with him in communication, and they leveraged his humor and his wit, and now he does this amazing job for them in social media. And then they have a freshman, Michaela Strang, and when we had this session at Slate, they actually showed up in a Google Hangout and were very enthusiastically talking about what they did. But they actually run the social media for Schulzburg. And let me tell you a little bit about what she said. Yeah, she said the key question is, where does your community get its information from? And she said parents and community members are, Facebook is their place. So they started small. Their goal was to have 8 posts non-athletic related per week. They also had athletic, but that has a tendency to dominate, she said. Now they're up to 10 to 15 posts a week. And the male student we saw, he's in charge of the Facebook account. So they do things like, move this over a little bit. You know, the things that they're doing. So here's a Sunny D label report that they're looking at. They have Throwback Thursdays. So here's an FFA picture of a teacher when she was a student at Officer for Darlington FFA. So Throwback Thursdays gets a lot of hits, and a lot of people end up liking the page, alumni and community members, and they keep coming back. So here's a happy 100th day and happy Valentine's Day from 2nd grade class, and they're doing an activity. Here's another activity. I want to show you a couple more things here. Just lots of positive things that are going on in the school. There's a video of a 5th grader sledding field trip that they had. But let's see, go down a bit further. Here is, it's called Teacher Feature, and I actually opened this up. It was a shorter post that I opened fully. But they have a spotlight on Mondays. They spotlight a teacher. So here's Miss Emily Fritz, and they ask her all sorts of things, her favorite quote, why she went into teaching, and all sorts of stuff. And so this is just an example. They said that's by far their most popular feature. 154 likes and 12 shares and lots of comments. So a win-win. The community learns more about the teacher, so do the students, and their PR is shared. Here's tips for parents and teachers on raising kids who want to read even during summer vacations. This is the student we talked about who runs the page, who was featured in a newspaper. But all sorts of things, events, initiatives, educating the community about things that are important to the district. But Throwback Thursdays, teacher features, activities going on, are all managed by students, and this principal oversees it. And the way they run their Facebook page, they said there are all sorts of safeties in place. People who like the Facebook page cannot post, they can comment, but the people who post are the ones actually running the Facebook page. So that is a quick introduction to Facebook. You can kind of see what it looks like. Back to the admin tech page. If you're not sure what Facebook is about and you just want a quick primer, this Facebook in Plain English is a great little video on what it is, how people share information, and how the word spreads. And here's a link to the complete guide to Facebook in education, just a lot of ideas and tips on how it's being used in education today. And then I have links to those 3 Facebook pages that I talked about. So that's Facebook. It's really the platform for reaching parents and community members. And that's how a few schools are leveraging that as a free, really popular way to get positive messages out and to increase communication. So feel free to contact me if you have any questions, but that's our little intro to Facebook. Thank you.